Hi, my name is Melissa van Dijk, and in this video we are looking into how much you need to use of your hyaluronic acid serum. And so I want to share with you an overall general guide. Therefore, I've picked some of the hyaluronic acid serums that I have at home, which you can see right here, and below you can see the amount that I recommend that you're going to use. Now, you can follow that specific guide, and this should be enough to evenly and thinly apply it all over your face and neck. And this is a great guide that you can follow if you're planning on using a hyaluronic acid serum in a skincare routine where you're going to use it along with other serums, maybe moisturizer and then your sunscreen during the day, so that you do not come across an uncomfortable feeling or maybe skincare pilling, which I'm going to cover in just a moment. So if you should have a hyaluronic acid serum that comes with a pump, go with about 1 to 2 pumps. And if you should have a hyaluronic acid serum where you can count your drops, well, then you can go with about 2 to 5 drops. This would be the general guide. Now you can see with the ordinary and the Inkis list, the guide is basically the same. However, the one that really stands out is the one from Minimalist, because it contains hyaluronic acid and polyglutamic acid, which basically teaches us that depending on the hyaluronic acid serum that you have and the overall formulation, you need to adjust the amount of it. The thicker the texture, the more time you have to blend it all over your face and neck, the less product you need to use. The faster it kind of absorbs into the skin, because it has much thinner texture, the more product you're going to use. And so therefore you're going to adjust it accordingly. Now if you now say, well, I just want to use the hyaluronic acid serum on its own, well then you may argue, well, yes, you can use a bit more because you're not layering anything else afterwards to avoid certain skincare issues, but adding more to it isn't always the best point to do, because to some extent it still can feel extremely sticky on the skin or can cause skincare pilling. And this is now the point that I want to emphasize. Doesn't matter if you're using it on its own or in a skincare routine. Now, skincare pilling refers to the look products have when they begin to ball up on the skin surface. It looks like tiny little balls, and some people believe that those balls are their skin cells, like really dead skin cells are coming off, but it's not the skin itself, it's the product that you just have applied that's coming off. And so this can be due to certain issues. And I want to keep primarily the focus towards what often happens with hyaluronic acid, which would be, well, once you have washed your face, make sure to properly remove the remaining water drops from the skin surface, because if you're going to apply to wet skin, skincare pilling is more likely to occur and an uncomfortable feeling. The other point would be the waiting time in between. Primarily, if you're going to use it in a skincare routine, always wait for the one product to somewhat absorb into the skin before moving on to the next step. And the last point right here, which is important for us, is that if you're going to use too much of it. So even though you want to use it on its own and you may think, well, now I can use a bit more, this may work with some formulations. However, if you come across the skincare pilling when using a bit more of it than usual, well, then reduce the amount so that you then can avoid this from happening. And so those are basically the points that I want to emphasize, and the overall general guide that I want to share with you, so that you have an idea of how much you're going to use when applying it to the skin. And so if you now want to learn more about hyaluronic acid, I have done an entire video on this, which I'm going to leave at the end of this video, so that you can keep on watching and stay on the topic. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skin caring. Bye!